Hello and welcome back to the channel. So we're moving forward with the Dutch boat, the Hurricane 21, that's going off to the Netherlands. So we started to prep, or we have prepped now, the gunnel ring mould to make the top sides for the Hurricane. So we've had to make some modifications. So this mould is off an old boat, a Spectrum 650. It was also used partly for a sports cruiser that Railcraft did back in the day. So we've had to make some modifications going forward for what we wanted to do to widen the deck space and just give you a different wheelhouse format, which is what we've done now, is obviously built the wheelhouse and everything else. So we've installed these melamine sheets up the sides of the gunnel. So originally the moulding went all down this gully up, so it was actually a much higher freeboard internally. And then we've put these in, fastened them into the boat, then used beeswax to make a nice radius on these corners here, which will obviously come out in the mould as well. And before it had the engine box, which was sat here, and the seats, which went in as well. So we've changed all that basically just to open the boat up, like I say, and give you much more freedom in there. So the dash, which you've seen in the photos and video of the first Hurricane 21 anyway, so what we're doing with the customer on this one is we're going to cut this out. That's why it's taped off. We're going to cut this one out. We have a full width dash mould that come out of the Tornado 28. So we're going to cut that down, scribe it in and fit it into this boat, so we should be able to bring that forward bulkhead where the steering column will go more forward into the front of the wheelhouse, just give you more room in the cabin. And then we've also changed the backsides here, so we're going to be taking the cabin another 300mm backwards. So the cabin internally is not going to be any bigger than it already was, but at the same time it's just to give more of an overhang or wind shelter as such, so when he's angling on deck that he can get out the weather a bit more if he's facing into the wind. So you may see some, obviously this is an old mould, it looks a bit dry, we've got a couple of bits on there a little bit dry. It's not that they're dry, they're just shiny, but obviously your product will only ever be as good as the moulds that you're using. At this stage we're using a very old mould, which a lot of say cottage industry boat builders are. So all we're going to do is just gel it extra in the areas that I need to, and then rework it when it comes out the mould, so you still end up with a really nice clean finish. But one thing you learn after spending time with fiberglass, gel coats, resins, all that sort of thing, is almost anything can be cut, built, bolted together, refit and refinished. You know, it's a lot more workable than you'd ever think from coming from an outside perspective of not knowing anything about it. So yeah, so we're also going to cut out the well on the front, cut that out so we can have a Lumar windlass installed. And then what else are we doing on this? I think that's pretty much it. So we're just modifying the back gunnel, making that a bit bigger, cutting that out for the Lumar, and redoing the dash. So it's going to be the same principle, but overall, you know, a slightly different boat, slightly different layout. Maybe it's going to be more sought after, but we'll wait and see. We'll just, obviously this is all a learning process with everything we do anyway, as is any product in manufacturing. So it's just about seeing what works, what the customers want, and what's ergonomically pleasing, what looks pleasing to the eye, but what is also functional. So yeah, so we'll get on this today, we'll start this, and then, you know, probably a week or so down the line we'll be able to get this out, flip it over and start getting it on the hull, and we'll be pulling the hull out soon as well. All the subframes in the hull now, which you've seen in our other video on the centre console, so we'll just be doing that, getting the hull out, get it on, and get this all fitted, and basically kick some ass, because we've got to get this one done. Alright, tune in to next time. Cheers, bye.